Hey, what's up, everybody? Bro Trio here, and it's been a while since the last Nintendo Direct, and I am so excited we're getting another one, and we are here to try to predict what we think Nintendo's gonna do.
I'm really excited about that, because normally they don't announce them, like, in advance.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, hey, it's tomorrow at 8 a.m., and I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
So we don't normally have time to film predictions.
But we filmed this one in advance, so we got to actually predict what they're gonna do. Now, unfortunately, Nintendo is like the wild card of the industry. It's very hard to actually predict what they're gonna do. So,
Yeah.
obviously, we're gonna try to keep it somewhat realistic, and obviously, we gotta throw in some outlandish ones, because what else is a predictions video for? So, getting things started, it's also kind of sad to try to predict this, because it's like trying to predict when your loved one is gonna take their dying breath. Like,
Yeah.
things are on the way out for the Switch. Like, we know the successor is coming.
It's on hospice care.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time.
And
We also know they're not going to discuss it.
Yeah. So, that being said, I think there will actually be a teaser for the Switch 2 in this. Now, it'll be at the very end. It'll just be a teaser for the event, not the console itself. It's going to say, like, keep your eyes peeled for the revolution, or get ready to swim with Project Dolphin, or something weird like that on this date.
What do you think it'll be called? Like Switch 2?
I hope.
Or Super Nintendo Switch?
I hope it's nothing to do with Switch, to be honest.
I think it's gonna be.
I still like Switcheroo.
I do like Switcheroo the best.
I would. They might go with 2 just to make sure they don't have another Wii U problem.
Yeah, I really don't know.
They can't get rid of that branding.
Yeah.
We'll see, but
They did stop snapping all the time,
Yeah.
so...
I don't know. They might just get cocky and call it the Switch U. Who knows?
God.
Oh, God.
The Wii U Switch 2. That's what it's gonna be. But I think it's gonna come, like, the event, I think... I really don't know when it'll happen, but I want to say it'll probably be similar to, like, the other, like, the original Switch reveal.
So like November and then a bigger one later in like January or whatever?
I think so. Maybe November if they have pre-orders active to, like, try to capitalize on the holiday. Maybe. But I think it's probably going to be January and then come out around March or April-ish. Hopefully they reveal it in November, it comes out in, like, February. Or, hell, why not just do January 1st, start the year with Switch. But that's going to be at the end of it. Potentially. Maybe. Probably not. But I think we might get some form of teaser for the Switch 2. Now, we got the new Switch game of the year so far that we know of, which is Princess Peach Showtime. And then we have Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door and Luigi's Mansion 2 that have come out this summer.
Did 2 come out yet? Did Luigi's Mansion 2 come out yet?
It comes out in June.
Okay.
But those are reports, so we're gonna... That's the only thing we can think of at this point, honestly, is ports. So, we're gonna start things off with an easy one. We just got Tears of the Kingdom last year. It is going to be a long time until the next mainline Zelda, so we need something to whet our appetites. And I think that's gonna be Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD.
We're predicting them till they come out.
On the Switch, because
I think we've predicted them before years ago.
Almost every Nintendo Direct since then. Like, they won't give it to us, damn it. Like, come on. I don't want to go back to the Wii U. It feels like a Fisher-Price toy after playing with the Switch. Like, it feels so clunky in comparison.
Mine doesn't even work anymore, so I mean, like...
You're just out. You're just out of luck. But, I mean, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, it's like made... it's like your work is done. They're already in HD, so you don't gotta do that. They already have, like, the button controls, so there you go. It already has gyro aiming, so there you go. Like, we're already set to go. You just gotta tweak it to show the Switch buttons instead of the Wii U buttons, which look the same, so you don't gotta change the UI.
you don't have to
Like,
change
come on.
much.
It's ready to go. We want it. We'll pay for it. Give it to me. Damn it. Like, but I don't think they'll come out at the same time. As much as I may love that,
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be staggered,
Ooh.
maybe.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if it's like a double pack, like
One
initially and then sold separately later,
So,
like
like-
the Mario 3D All Stars?
That would be kind of.
I'm gonna call it now.
interesting.
Wind Waker, Wind Waker, out today when they announce it.
Shadow Drop Wind
Oh.
Waker.
Twilight Princess in September.
That would make sense. I could see
Call it
that.
that now.
Yeah.
So
Write it down. If I win, Nintendo has to give me all the money.
and it'll probably be a decent amount because I'm betting these are gonna be 60 bones a piece. Unfortunately, I would hope
Yeah.
for 40 at this point. Hope maybe 50, but like, come on, don't do 60. Don't do 70 like Tears of the Kingdom.
You know they're
Yeah.
gonna do as much as they feel like they can get away
Yeah.
with.
And then they may have some amiibos to go with them. I could see it.
That's
Yeah.
kind of hard though, because they've already released
All the amiibos.
Yeah.
There's
for
already a
them.
Link and a Zelda from Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Well, they already have the Twilight Princess
Mhm.
ones. They'll just re-release them.
Yeah.
But maybe some cool functionality with Wind Waker.
Oh yeah.
I don't
You
know.
get like the little fish guy that gives you the maps, and you can just like scan
summon him anytime. It's gonna be
Oh,
something
That'd be cool.
very like helpful that they'll lock
Well, what if
behind
they
an amiibo.
make one of the big ones, and it's just like King of Red
Like,
Lions with Link on it,
Oh,
and that's how you
yeah.
get the Swift Sail.
Oh,
Don't give
what
them
was it?
ideas.
What was it?
But that's
for,
an early unlock for the Swift Sail, not the only way.
Oh yeah, it's teleporting in the Skyward Sword.
Twilight
Yeah.
Princess, you get the shadow creatures. That'd be cool.
Oh, that would be cool.
Ooh.
I don't know what they do, but it'd be cool.
You can play as the shadow creatures now. Just completely rework the game to add that in.
Give me something to do with my Wolf Link again, because Tears of the Kingdom didn't bring that functionality back.
It's so weird. That was such a cool thing in Breath of the Wild. Anyways, moving on to something that is also pretty easy and definitely coming is Metroid Prime 2 Remastered.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime Remastered just came out last year. It's been a year of it. It was fantastic. It was fully praised. There was some weird story about how they changed the doors. But other than that, I
Yeah,
don't
that was-
recall anything negative.
That was the most negative I remember
The
seeing.
most
was the door
negative thing I saw was that they left out the credits for the
Oh, yeah, that-
for
Oh
Rare.
yeah.
Or no, retro,
Retro,
when they originally
like,
the
yeah.
original creators.
Yeah.
It had like a blurb at the end that was like, and thanks to the original team, and that was it.
Yeah.
That's the most negativity I heard about that one. And
Which
God
doesn't
did-
make sense, too, because Prime's music is so good. Like, just put in that so we can listen to the credits
And-
music longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, did it look good?
It looked so good.
God. And I got the
And-
OLED around that time,
oh,
and
yeah.
it was so. Oh.
The new play style fully changed it. So, like, my favorite Metroid game for the longest time was Super Metroid. And then they added in those twin stick controls for Prime, and that changed the game for me. So it's now my favorite Metroid
Oh,
of all
shit.
time. I told you this when it came out.
I don't remember.
Well,
I remember a little bit of negativity
Yeah.
because some people were like, "Well, the dual sticks make it too easy" or something. I was like,
I do think that.
It was never a hard game though.
No, it wasn't. The difficulty was from
Like,
the tank controls.
yeah.
'Cause
The
even when it was on Wii, it was very easy.
Well, if the difficulty's from the controls, that's not real difficulty.
No, it's not.
Like
It's
that's
like-
why
yeah.
I'm okay
Yeah.
with it.
But maybe add in a little bit more health or something to the enemies. Put hyper mode in from the get-go. Like
That would be a good change. Like
I don't want to beat the game and then get hard mode. I hate that so much. Like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth just did it, and it was like I wanted hard mode from the beginning. I don't want to replay this 180-hour game again, just harder. Like let me do it once and dunce. That's all I want.
I'm also gonna throw. They're gonna tease when they're going to release, like a release window for Metroid Prime 3.
Corruption.
If they're not together,
Yeah.
you know, they might do a dual pack. I doubt it. They might try to stretch it out. But I think after Prime 2, it's going to be like coming out like the week after the Direct. Maybe
Yeah.
not day of if they do Wind Waker or whatever. Or if it may not be day of. Well, shit. Metroid might be better for day of, a better bet.
It was shadow dropped last time.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm sticking with Wind Waker, but they might do both, but I doubt
I'll
it.
do both and ate my bank account.
But I think it's going to be like, and this fall, enjoy the conclusion to the trilogy in Metroid Prime 3 Corruption.
I would like that.
If it's like, they might even say a month. I don't know. But I think we're going to get a window for 3 because I don't know if they expected Metroid Prime Remastered to be as... Maybe, I don't know how much it sold, but to be as praised as it was.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we get the other two, for sure.
And we got one last easy one that is just, it pisses me off so much because it should be on the Switch already, but is not for some unknown reason. But, like, where the hell is Mario Galaxy 2?
Yeah, it's really weird.
I get 3D All-Stars is all the 3D games, and you wanted 3 in to match the letter of dimensions, but include Mario Galaxy 2. Come on.
And look here. Super Mario All-Stars had 19 goddamn games. All
Right.
Yeah.
But no, I think that Tears of the Kingdom is the Mario Galaxy 2 of Zelda, because with Tears of the Kingdom, sometimes it's and I'm not one of these people that thinks they're oh, it's the same game, whatever. But Tears of the Kingdom sometimes infects what I think that I did in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm no, I built a weird little robot that looks like a duck or whatever, and I couldn't do that in Breath of the Wild, so that was Tears of the Kingdom. Mario Galaxy 2 did the same thing to me, evidently, because we were arguing back and forth which one was the best 3D Mario before Odyssey. We all agree Odyssey is the best one now.
It's my favorite one.
But I would be but Mario Galaxy and the blah blah blah, and I think it was you and both of you had just played it when it came out.
Yeah.
And both of them were Scotty, that didn't happen. You're thinking of Mario Galaxy 2. And I was well, Mario Galaxy 2 is the shit. So give it to Nintendo so they can know the glory of Yoshi in 3D.
And that's the thing too.
That is the thing. Is Scotty talking about Mario Galaxy 2 makes me really want to play it, and I loved the 3D All Stars collection. But why is it not there?
Yeah. And I have everything ready to play it. I have my Wii U set up. I have the motion sensor plugged into it, so I'm ready to go into Mario Galaxy 2. But I don't want to play it that way, Nintendo. I want to play it where you hit a button and Mario punches. I don't want to waggle all the time to do everything, especially for the Yoshi sections, because don't you have to whip it like Spider-Man?
Sometimes. Most, it's been a while. For the Yoshi swinging sections, I believe you do whip it.
Okay.
Or you might could just waggle. I don't fully remember.
It's not that
accurate. I think you aim his tongue? I don't know. It's been a long time.
Maybe you point and aim.
Maybe you do. I think it's similar to the first one when you point and aim and the stars would be But
oh yeah, those.
Mario Galaxy 2 is incredible. It's I love innovation. I love revolution as much as the next guy. And that's what Mario Galaxy did, and that's what that to some extent. It's not as revolutionary as 64, of course, but iteration on something that's already incredible. Nintendo rarely does that. So when they did it with Mario Galaxy 1 to 2 and just refined it and made it better, oh my god, it's so good. And because most of the time they're hey, we just did this. So let's start from scratch, throw it in the trash, and we're starting over, and next time he's going to be wearing, Mario's shoes are a little too big or something. I don't know. Nintendo comes up with weird crap.
Yeah. But 3D All-Stars came out in a time where I was replaying games. The year prior, I busted out my Wii U. I was I have never played Mario Galaxy. Let me sit down and actually play this game. Because I believe we were prepping to do our Mario rankings or something like that. So I was let me sit down and actually play this game so I know what to talk about. Then bam! Year later, we get Mario 3D All-Stars. The same thing happened with Metroid Prime. I sat down to replay all those, and then bam! Year later, we get Metroid Prime Remastered. So by the time I get fed up and just play Super Mario Galaxy 2, it'll come out in a year after that. So
maybe you should just go ahead and play it.
I should. I'm doing that with Chrono Trigger right now to see if that will influence, because I know they're watching me.
Well, this is the second time you've done this with Chrono Trigger. This is the second time in the Switch's life you've replayed Chrono Trigger. Where?
That brings us to the next step.
Yeah.
These are the few ones that aren't necessarily like Nintendo first party, but we really want them on Switch.
We really want them, and for the end of a life cycle, I think it's somewhat likely.
Yeah.
And
Chrono Trigger is a beloved game. We just got the Chrono Cross Radical Dreamers Edition, so why don't we get a Chrono Trigger one? Now, I think this could go two ways. I don't think the first one is as likely, but it could just be an update to the SNES online service.
I'd settle for that.
That would be okay. But
ideally, full remaster of the DS version with all the new content on Switch.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do an HD 2D remake.
That'd be cool.
That wouldn't be my preference, but I would accept it.
If you can toggle it.
Yeah.
That would be cool if it's original or remake
as
graphics.
long as it feels, as long as it's basically the same game, because I don't know how much doing the HD 2D would add or subtract from.
Yeah, the sprites are already very
That's
emotional
true.
in Chrono Trigger, but I mean it's such a just fantastic game.
I don't want voice acting.
That is one of the most is probably not my favorite, but it's the best paced game ever. It flows so well, just like time. And Chrono Trigger, I mean, it'll be an easy win. Everybody loves it. Everybody wants it. It's on everything else. Just put it on Switch.
Plus,
come on.
Square Enix might need some goodwill, so that'd be a good way to. Because I know they recently announced they're not going to be mostly Sony anymore.
Yeah, they're not.
So that might be a good way to extend the olive branch. Be like, hey, Switch people, remember us?
Well, they put a lot on Switch.
I know they did.
Put a lot.
But
every Final Fantasy through 12 minus 11 is on there.
It blows my mind. Fully blows my mind that we got Chrono Cross and Radical Dreamers.
Yeah.
And not Chrono Trigger? That makes me think they're doing something big. But also, 4 people played Chrono Cross, so maybe it's not as beloved, and maybe that's why they put it. I don't know. I mean, Chrono Cross is very beloved. I'm not saying that, but it's consistently less popular than Chrono Trigger when people talk about JRPGs.
And while we're talking about it, if you're watching Square and you're not done with development, do more than you did for Chrono Cross Radical Dreamers Edition. That one was so disappointing for what was changed. It was prettied up a little bit. It could have done a lot more. We could have done a lot more stuff. And that was such a bare bones remaster. That was basically just a port that is now stretched out to be what modern TVs are.
Now, speaking of time is an ocean in a storm. I just thought of this one. Ubisoft. You canceled the Prince of Persia remake, I guess.
Oh.
The Sands of Time remake. I don't know what's going on with that. I pre-ordered it on PlayStation, and then now it's gone forever. And I want it, and I want to play those games again, so just give me the Sands of Time trilogy on Switch.
Yeah,
just do it. I mean, they'll probably put it on multiple platforms and all that. I don't even care if it looks the same. I just love those games, especially Sands of Time. Sands of Time, probably one of my most replayed games ever. One of my favorite games ever. Where you gave me the Warrior Within outfit in The Lost Crown. That was cool. That was cool. I think they also did a Sands of Time outfit later. That's cool. I want more than that. That game don't play the same. I want to be hopping around, flirting with Farrah or whatever's going on, and then time and bullshit. And it's awesome. And look, I don't know if I don't know why. I don't know. You guys just were oh, we're only Assassin's Creed now for a few years.
Yeah.
You let the prince rot on the vine. Bring it back, all right? Lost Crown. I don't know if it sold well. I hope it did. There's some other Prince of Persia game that either is coming out or did come out. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
weird. I don't know.
Give me my Prince. Give him back. Give him back. I want to play those games again, but I don't want to pull out a dusty old GameCube. And I'll pay you. We'll all pay you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I'll get it.
And then one other thing that we're thinking might be likely to happen, because it's been talked about for a while, we just haven't had an update, is the Dragon Quest III remake, or HD 2D, or whatever they're doing with it. I can't remember
I think
precisely.
they said it's HD 2D.
I think
I
they
want to
did.
say I want to say they said HD 2D. I don't know if they said that specifically or if they've just like heavily like talked about it, like said the verbiage, but it's HD 2D.
Because I know I've heard that is coming, and I've heard a lot of good things about Dragon Quest 3. So I'm just really excited to play it, and I love like Octopath and stuff. So
yeah.
a Dragon Quest game that feels like an Octopath game, that just sounds perfect to me.
Especially if it's anywhere near as good as Dragon Quest 11. Like, obviously, that one came out much, much later. So they had a lot of experience to learn from for that one. And it's obviously streamlined and stuff. And hopefully they would streamline it more. But I hear great things about Dragon Quest 3. I have been want to play through all the Dragon Quests, but I gotta work through the Final Fantasies first before that. I gotta finish that thing. But then Dragon Quest is almost as equal of a daunting task as playing through all the Final Fantasies. Like, there's still a lot, and they have a great art style, and they play very good. It's one of the few, like, remnants of turn-based RPGs we still have in this day and age, because Echoes of an Elusive Age, like, it still had the turn-based aspect. You could like walk around the battlefield, or you could turn that off if you don't want to, because it didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't do anything. I
And
thought it
then
would at least give you like
Positioning or
position
something,
bonuses.
but it was just like, hey, you want to look at this little freak? You can walk up closer.
Yeah.
Is that all it did?
That's
Basically.
as far as I know. I turned it off. I liked it better
me too.
seeing the lineup. But then you get like all the statuses and stuff like that. You can cast Kazoozle, Kasnoozle, and Bamboozle, and it's so delightfully goofy.
Oh my god!
It's great. So Dragon Quest 3, I'm very looking forward to that. Hopefully that's soon. And then the last thing we have before our like pie in the sky ones
This one makes me mad.
is it won't be anything other than an NES online update, because we practically have every single Nintendo Entertainment System game on Switch except for Star Tropics 2.
All
Yeah.
right, Nintendo.
Why?
We have to talk about this again.
Like, we've gotten many Super Famicom ones.
You
but,
take
like,
out you put out
Famicom.
you put
Yeah.
out games nobody's ever heard of.
We got Side Pocket on the Super Nintendo.
Well, we got Side Pocket.
for this.
Oh, yeah, okay. Last month you put out Plinko Plock or something. Who gives a shit?
No, they put out actual plot.
That'd be fine.
cool.
But where is that? You put out Star Tropics like 1 month into the system. Great, thank you so much. I love that.
And I remember seeing
there's another
everybody
one.
talking about it. A lot of people
Yeah.
were just like, "This is the game everybody keeps talking about. I like it. It's hard as shit."
There's another one, and you team up with Sherlock Holmes and you throw hatchets.
Again,
I mean,
you
like,
go through time.
time is
Time
the circle.
travel.
Time
It's
is
the-
a river in a storm.
The theme of
Time-
this Nintendo Direct.
Sometimes you get the
time
Chrono
after
Trigger,
time.
sometimes you get Prince of Persia, sometimes you get Star Tropics 2, and you team up with, like, Hercules or whatever.
I know you do something with Cleopatra.
Cleopatra, yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty similar to Hercules, yeah. But,
Go to the past and start throwing tomahawks.
Star Tropics
It's really awesome.
Star
Not-
Tropics 2 Zoda's Revenge. I remember that box art when I was a kid. Because I
the
bought.
V is his.
Yes,
his
he's all
hand.
mad and he did this with his hands. And he's trying to pinch you. And that's what he does. Like, he turns his hands big and his head big, head and hands boss, bam. And then he's a pink alien from Alien. He's a xenomorph. And then in the second one, he's just real buff.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's basically like Jafar, almost like
Yeah, it's Return of
Like,
Jafar. It's the
Genie Jafar, like.
like. Where is it though? Where is it though?
Yeah. That
Yeah,
should be a easy plug onto the system.
Look, it wouldn't
like,
be that hard, and you would
Like-
make like 25 people very happy. All right?
Like honestly, I would just go ahead and announce like, hey, the entire virtual console library is gonna be available on Switch now. Like I'm tired of the drip feeding.
Yeah.
And that way you could at least be like, hey, you guys that have been going through this for a while, you've had your Switch for a while, here's a present. Everything we used to sell to you.
I'm fine with the drip feeding, but like, why are you putting out like Rodent Rodeo or whatever?
Yeah.
And like, where? Come on, man. You put out Jeopardy the game before Star Tropics 2? Is that how far we're going in? We're going to go with Jeopardy for the NES? I don't think that's legal. I don't think you're allowed, but like, that's how it seems like it's going to be. Just give me my boy Mike, and then I'll be somewhat satisfied.
But what would make him truly satisfied is the pie in the sky topics times, and
Look,
that
man, under the Southern Cross,
is
anything is possible. Star Tropics 3 will be announced at this Nintendo Direct. It's happening. It's going to be called Star Tropics 3, Zoda's Return, and his hand's going to be doing this whole thing.
His hand's the
He's
three.
trying to pinch you. That's his thing. You gotta find out what happened to the Argonians. You
like kissed one at the end.
Yeah, you
or
had your
something,
girlfriend and then she left, and like NES game had a cutscene. What are you doing? What are you doing? That doesn't happen.
Yeah. This is why we need Star Tropics 2 to build up hype for Star
Build
Tropics
up
3.
the hype.
Yeah.
Star Tropics 3, the search for the Argonians.
Yeah,
And
there
you
we go.
get Subsea, the little robot. I don't remember if that's his name or if that's the submarine's
I
name.
think that's the submarine.
Yeah,
Whatever,
I think
you get the submarine, and you're like, hey, if it can go in water, it could go in space, and you fly out.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
If it's watertight, it's airtight. Don't worry about it.
It'd be done in a way that, like, similar to, and this is kind of a deep cut, but like A Boy and His Blob was on the NES, and then it got the great, like, almost, actually, no, better one, like DuckTales. On the NES,
remake.
it was sprites, and now it's beautiful hand-drawn. Side note, put that on Switch, because that game's fucking amazing.
Why isn't that on
I tell
Switch?
you what, you get Star Tropics 3, and like you get a cool title, because like all the main characters have to have cool titles these days, and like they're like, you're the Zoda Slayer. It's like, oh, you heard about me? Like, may I see the yo-yo?
But hand-drawn or like beautified new art style, some great like new age way to do Star Tropics 3. Like, let's have that happen, and then
If you want to see me have a heart attack on stream, this is the way to do it. Because, like, I'm going to predict this until I get it, which may never come.
it will never come.
Hey, Dad, the Southern Cross.
Speaking of something that's never coming out, I think
At least this one's a thing.
I think it's been like 8 years since it was confirmed the development restarted on Metroid Prime 4.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long
I don't know if it's
time.
been 8 years because the Switch is like 8 years old.
It's been 82 years
It feels
since
like
that 4 was
Honestly,
seen in space.
the Space
So-
4.
Like, we have had a whole ass other Metroid game since then. Like, Jesus, Nintendo, let's see something.
And look,
Metroid Prime
2 if you
4.
count the remake.
I think Metro Prime 4, like, I don't think that one's pie in the sky. I think Metro Prime 4 being, like, fully revealed with a potentially even a date is likely. Because the Switch, like we said, kind of sort of at the end of its life here. Metroid is not exactly a system seller, so I don't think they're going to try to save it for a launch title. They might,
They might.
but it might be both also.
Yeah,
Like,
it could
if
be
it comes out
like-
late enough, it'll be like releasing on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll be fine with
they've
that.
done that with a few games before. I know Breath
Yeah.
of the Wild and
Pretty
Yeah,
much
I can't think of
everything
any other-
from like the PlayStation 4 to 5
But
jump.
I don't think that
Xbox,
Metroid
like-
Prime 4 is super outlandish.
I don't
it's
think
been-
we're gonna get a trailer or a date.
It's been quite a long time.
I think it'd be outlandish to expect it anytime soon, but they might just be like, hey, we finally finished it.
Yeah, maybe they'll just be like Metroid Prime 4 coming in 2026, and then that would be upsetting.
No! 25.
They're going to have to re-release all the primes before this.
Look,
So we
Nintendo.
gotta get Prime
Yeah.
2 HD, Prime 3, and Federation Force HD.
Nintendo, like, you gotta do it after the Star Tropics 3 heart attack. But you gotta do it. You gotta. You gotta. Like, where is Metroid Prime 4? It's been so long. What's Retro been doing since Tropical Freeze? Nothing.
Right.
Apparently.
I want
What?
another Donkey Kong too, but shit, like I'd rather Prime 4 at this point. It's not
Yeah.
like they announced, hey, more Donkey Kong is coming. I like.
Speaking of
God.
Retro, that's who's working on Star Tropics 3. That's why they've been so busy.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah,
been
there
dug
you
down
go.
working on it. Figuring out how
Yeah,
to get
my-
this submarine in space. And figuring out the crossover potential with Metroid and Star Tropics.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's it. So
I know one of my more outlandish ones is I just want a new F-Zero. Like, F-Zero 99 did pretty well. A lot of people liked it.
it scratched the itch.
And now, yeah, well, that's the thing, is it scratched the itch, and now even
now
more
the
people.
rash has spread.
Yeah, you know, like
and
when you
we're
when you-
wanting more.
when you
Like, I know
scratch,
that-
you know, the rash spreads, and then the itch.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, even without a rash, it seems like your itch moves up your arm a little bit. That's what's going on with these F-Zero fans. You
Yeah,
gave
'cause,
them
like,
a taste.
that-
You gave them a taste of the high life, and they want it. But at least they had a taste, unlike us Star Tropics fans, okay?
But yeah, because like you had that one guy that like got into the investor meeting and was just like, "Hey, Nintendo, what's up with like
Where's
F-Zero?
F-Zero?
How much
Come
would
on."
that cost
And that was
me?
before '99.
How much
came
would that
out.
cost us to do? To
I don't know.
go to the Nintendo meeting, be like,
I mean,
Star Tropics, man.
you'd have to invest a lot. to
Star
be-
Tropics, man.
Well,
And we'll cap things off with the game that's never coming out. It's the new Half-Life 3. We might see Hollow Knight Silk Song at this event, but probably not. So, that's going to be pretty much it for our predictions and everything. We may get some Switch stuff. I think they'll save the sequel stuff. Like, I think we'll get a tease, but they might just be like, here's Nintendo Switch Online shit, and don't you worry, it's all going to go on the Switch 2 as well, or something like that. I don't know. Because
It'd be weird if it didn't.
I think they've confirmed, like, not in a trailer or anything, that, like, all your shit will transfer still, but, like,
I think they've hinted at it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they confirmed it.
but let us know what you think will be revealed at the upcoming Nintendo Direct. Do you think we are that outlandish for predicting Star Tropics, Chrono Trigger, F-Zero, Prince of Persia, and all these other dead franchises? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to stay tuned to Bro Trio. We're gonna react to this Direct, and you get to see our reactions to it, whether it's meh or we lose our minds and Scotty has a heart attack at Star Tropics 3. So stay tuned to that and Bro Trio for more content, and we'll catch y'all next time.